Alright, in this workout we're going to do 500 pounds for 40 reps, split into 8 sets of 5. This is a pretty typical workout for me and is training around 70% of 1 rep maximum. You can see there my son, the little one, leaning against the wall. He's getting annoyed that I haven't attached the bar speed monitor. That's his favourite tool. So he's going to tell me off until we get it attached. He's coming to do it himself here. He likes to see how fast the bar goes. I use this because I've got a tendency to work too hard, so it's nice to have an objective measurement of what I'm really doing. I know when to dial it back a little bit. My other son in there in the background, he's working on some safety bar squats to help with his rugby. I don't really have them on a program. They just come in and hang out with me and just feel the iron, smell the chalk, and get into some good habits. So this is my actual workout here. I don't do anything else apart from what you see in this session. And this is my actual warm-up. So we've done 60 kilos for 5 reps, and then we've gone straight into 100 kilos. I'm just going up in 20 kilo plates. Why waste time with the little ones if you don't need to? No stretching, no silly nonsense beforehand. That's all a waste of time if you're busy. Just get straight into it. So purpose of this is just to practice the technique a little bit and also dust off any mental cobwebs from reading, studying, whatever else I might have been doing. All going well, using the jack to speed things up. Every little bit of saved time helps. So after this we'll be going up to 140 kilos, just slap another pair of 20 kilo plates on and just keep getting it done as quickly as possible because I've got lots of other things to do during the day afterwards. As we're going through this, I'm going to give you a few reflections on why Christians have become effeminate and must reclaim physical culture. This is based on some reflections on fortitude from Pope Pius XII's remarks on sport. So on May 20th, 1945, Pius XII addressed the Italian sporting associations, and he stressed that Christianity sees sport as an education of the body, and it is closely related to morality. Now, because they've become physically soft, Christians have become spiritually soft. Sport, he said, is an effective antidote to softness and easy living. It develops temperance and fortitude, and it goes far beyond mere physical strength, and it leads man to moral strength and greatness. So grace builds on nature. He pointed to the considerable number of soldiers among the martyrs. Their training, he said, formed their body and character. They were ready to fight for the church. And not just the martyrs. St. Anthony of Padua, for example, was a master swordsman. So Pius XII says that sport is the image and symbol of unceasing work for Christ, the restraining and subjection of the body to the immortal soul. No pain, no gain, in the spiritual life as in sport. Sport awakens discipline and the sense of order. Not only that, Pius XII also says sports teach a man to be a generous loser and a gracious victor. This is the vital lesson of humility. And for especially tough-minded, proud men, sporting injuries are sometimes the only thing that humbles them before death itself. He says that physical training prepares a man to carry without weakness the weight of the greatest responsibilities. And Saint Sebastian used his military strength against the wicked emperor, Diocletian, who was killing Christians. He was willing to face martyrdom. Now, against the disordered pursuit of sports, Pope Pius XII says we can never without sufficient necessity endanger our life for the sake of a sport. Shortening your life with bodybuilding drugs isn't manly. Sport is not an end in itself, but a means. So, do your rosary reps. Also, homosexuality has always been strongly linked to bodybuilding. That's the Adonis cult. In the pagan gymnasium, men trained naked. And today, there are vitalist Nietzschean sodomites advising men on masculinity. You need to avoid them. Christians must guard against this, and also female immodesty. So a man must train himself physically, says Pius XII, so he can use his superiority or authority to halt with a look, a word or a gesture any blasphemy, evil speech, dishonesty. He must also defend the weak. I do all things for the gospel's sake, wrote St. Paul. Pius XII says we aren't souls trapped in our bodies. Our bodies are essentially part of what we are. And because the body will rise again, the Church respects even the body reduced to dust. Glorify God by making your bodies the shrines of His presence. Strength is good. It is God's gift to men to serve women and children, but it mustn't become an idol. Where did you get the strength from? Thank God. Use it for His glory, or else both you and your physical strength or talent will be equally plunged into hell, warns Pius XII. So Christians must reclaim physical culture. Only the religion of the resurrection honors the body properly. Alright, commentary over. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm just going to leave up the nice relaxing Gregorian chant for the rest of the workout. This is normally the kind of thing that I'll listen to in the garage anyway. I'll normally read some of the Psalms in between sets as well. Let me know any questions you got about training and mindset. I'll do my best to answer those too. Hopefully this has given you something to think about. If you enjoyed it and you don't want to be a degenerate, hit subscribe and leave a comment.
Fiat misericordia tua, Domine,
And then I forgot to press record for a couple of the sets, so that's actually all the footage that I've got for these ones. But the other sets were just the same as these ones. You've seen enough already. They're all around 0.3 or so meters a second speed in the 5th rep, so I'll be going up again next week. Maybe add a rep here and there, a little bit of weight, just progressive overload, slowly over the years.